All right, good morning, Babylon. I wake up in the morning early, probably like 4:20 in the morning. That's a good time. I'm not joking either. I have cats that come around the middle of the night, outdoor cats that I feed, and they like to come around in the middle of the night and eat, so no one bothers them. So I'm always up early, and that means that my entire YouTube feed in the morning, I look for videos to watch, and as always, the whole thing is filled up with shit about Epstein, and oh yeah, please share, like, subscribe if you could support the channel. I'd appreciate it. I do not monetize my videos. Quite honestly, I think you're going to get better information off me than 90% of the content creators out there, especially the big ones, which is something I'm going to say something about. Also, there's always a method to my madness. I knew that talking about Epstein would put my subscriber count up because it's the bee's knees right now. And I've gained about 30 subscribers in the past 3 days, and that's pretty good. Not to the amount that my original. I'm on my 10th YouTube channel, by the way, in case you did not know. I've been banned multiple times, and a lot of shit that I've been talking about for years, especially pedophilia and satanic ritual abuse, is nothing new to me. Now, as a side note, I'm noticing, because it is the popular topic right now, everybody wants to talk about Epstein. But one thing that really annoys me, specifically on this platform, is I have a lot of knowledge when it comes to secret societies, our government, Luciferian organizations, Babylonian Talmud, which we're going to talk about in a second. And I use this information because basically all roads do lead to Babylon. And I know what I'm talking about when it comes to these subjects. And to hear people self-censor themselves on YouTube because they're afraid. What are you? Listen, fear is how demons manifest themselves. When you are fearless, demons have no power over you. So, just saying that. But there's a lot of content creators who are afraid to mention Israel, pedophilia, child rape. They're making up words like whatever. All right. Fuck Sundar Pichai, okay? He's the owner of Sundar Pichai does not look like a man I would let around children, and he is the CEO of Google right now. So I'm not bowing down to the or cowering to these people. And yes, I do use my wisdom as a way to call out their bullshit, like what I'm going to do with the entire. See, there's one thing that secret societies are supposed to do. Their ultimate job is to usher in the Antichrist. Okay, but they're not doing it, and that's good for us. And the reason they're not is because they're too busy. Instead of becoming arcane masters like they're supposed to find the 72 syllable lost word of God that they're supposed to say in unison to invoke the Antichrist. As a side note, I believe I figured out more of the 72 syllable lost words of God than the Freemason have. Because I'm better than they are. Except I'm not invoking the Antichrist. And I think they've become too caught up in going to Epstein Island, planning January 6th, steal an election, stealing U.S. taxpayer money, doing this, doing that. And if anyone's really pissed off at the elite right now, I would say it's actually the Illuminati and the Antichrist themselves for not doing your fucking job. See, there's a reason it's called a secret society. The fact that we even know that you went to Epstein Island and had sex with children, you failed. You failed your job. Okay? That's why it's called a secret society. We weren't even supposed to know about this shit, but obviously we do now. And now, cat's out of the bag, pun intended. And so that's the good thing. So they failed at that part of their job. And now, we got all this. So, look, right to the point. I gave you the Epstein list the other day. Today, what did I call this video? Jeffrey Epstein's immortal necromancy magic. Yeah, let's see if we get some more subscribers with this. See, when Jeffrey Epstein supposedly died in his fucking cell, we knew that he didn't die because Luciferians have this thing they do. It's called the revelation of the method, where they put symbolism right in front of your face to mock you. And when we broke this out, I covered it on my original YouTube channel, but I lost 10 YouTube channels. We were all banned off YouTube for various things, whether it was covering the Q stuff, the stolen elections, in my case, adrenochrome. Yeah, I'm one of the reasons why you know about that word today. Um, we were all just called crazy conspiracy theorists, but here I'm gonna play this first of all. See, I'm a Catholic, and I made a vow to myself a few years ago when I found out the depravity and the real evil of the fucking people I'm dealing with. That you know what, I'm serving God, and I am not breaking the Ten Commandments for anyone. And there's another thing I want you to understand: the DOJ, the FBI, Donald Trump, the CIA, they work for us. It's we the people, not the fucking ruling elite, not the Freemason. All right? We don't hold our elections in Masonic lodges now, do we? Or maybe we just should. But when we the people say that we want the list released, you fucking release it. We need to get this poison out of government where they think just because you're a civil servant now, you rule over the people like some type of king or whatever. All right? You could take it and go shove it. By the way, you're not even living by the rules of Babylonian Talmud when it comes to pedophilia, because in Babylonian Talmud, pedophilia is only endorsed for children up to 3 years old, so they don't remember the experience. So when you have girls on your island that are 12 years old, you're not even going by your own sheeny voodoo Babylonian Talmud rules. Now, are you? Yeah, take that one, put that in your pipe and smoke it. No one else is going to tell you that one, are they? Yes, pedophilia is endorsed in Babylonian Talmud, but not with 12-year-old girls. But on the other side of that coin, there were no survivors because you're dealing with more than pedophilia. You're dealing with human cannibalism, adrenochrome harvesting, and satanic ritual abuse. They were actually performing child sacrifice on that island. So yeah, it's a little more than just pedophilia. So when Jeffrey Epstein died, here's the pics I'm going to show you here. We had pictures released. This is his body being taken out of the prison. Now you'll notice over here there's a picture hanging on the wall with the looks like a reptilian eye over there too. Yeah, the eye of the Illuminati. A little camera fucking joke right there. I noticed that in the pic. Yeah, and here is supposedly Epstein's corpse being taken out of the building. Well, it didn't take long. I do reptilian anomaly videos for many years. Picking out reptilian anomalies, human cloning, and shit like that is stuff I cover. However, the corpse of Jeffrey Epstein that was taken out of that jail was not Jeffrey Epstein. The face didn't even match up. The noses were different. The earlobes are different. Where did they get a corpse? Who knows? Was this even a corpse? Was this some type of Hollywood special effects that they made? But if they would have done a casting of Jeffrey Epstein, wouldn't it have actually looked like him? Even if they had someone sculpt it, and I do used to know when I went to art school, very talented people who were very good at sculpting, better than I was. I mean, I went to school with a few students who can literally look at a picture and reproduce it in clay, sculpting it. I mean, they were that good. So don't tell me the CIA doesn't have people like that working for them, making quote unquote fake masks. You made one for fucking Joe Biden for 4 years. Yeah, we know Joe Biden. Somebody was playing him, and it was a bad latex mask. Um, However, this doesn't even look like. I mean, it looks like him from a distance, but when you get in close, you notice that the body that they took out has a hook nose. Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein's nose wasn't even that hooked. You'll notice the earlobes are different. It wasn't even. So, yeah, they snuck him out of the building. And now we're getting reports that there was actually 3 minutes of missing video. There goes the occult number 3 again, popping up. Originally, it was a minute, and now they're finding out, no, it was actually 3 minutes. So, you snuck him out of the building. And every day that he's out there, and this is what I said the other day about the video, Bonnie and Clyde being reunited. Now we're hearing Ghislaine Maxwell's case is going up to the Supreme Court. And I said, yeah, I see where this is fucking going. She's going to get released or pardoned. That her and Jeffrey Epstein are going to meet up together. He's already been spotted in various places around the world. I'm aware of that. He's like the new, and he's not dead. He was snuck out of the fucking jail. So when we have Dan Bongino and Cash Patel,
you said Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. People don't believe it.
Well, I mean, listen, they have a right to their opinion, but as someone who has worked as a public defender, as a prosecutor, who's been in that prison system, who's been in the Metropolitan Detention Center, who's been in segregated
housing. What the? Bro, I'm from the fucking ghetto. Would you shut your mouth up? I was born in Kensington, in Philadelphia. I'm from the fucking hood. And most people in the hood don't commit suicide every day. What the fuck are you even talking about? And your body language. I spent many years in sales. His body language is telling stories like, yeah, he's lying out of his fucking ass.
Housing. You know a suicide when you see one, and that's what that was.
Yeah, everyone in segregated housing. What the? Bro.
He killed himself. You want me to? I've seen.
Dan don't sound confident about himself.
So
they're lying. Lying is one of the 10 Commandments that will send you right to fucking hell. So you want to continue to lie for these people? Because the truth is, every day that no one is arrested, they're still out here trafficking children and having sex with them. You think Epstein stopped? And he's not dead. Why do you think they don't want the list released? Because they want to continue. He's probably got another fucking island somewhere that we don't know about yet. And life goes on. And now every day, people are just making videos about this, but no one's making, the back and forth. There's a Yiddish. Yeah, I can speak Yiddish. Suck on that, Jews. I was taught how to speak Yiddish by a Jewish car salesman I worked with because I am not anti-Semitic. And when I worked at the car lot, he taught me Yiddish because me and him were able to talk to each other in front of people, and they had no idea what the hell we were saying. Unless the customers were Jewish. Only in rare cases. In that case, he was Jewish, so he would usually take those customers. I take the Irish customers because I knew how to speak to middle-class Irish people. He knew how to speak to Jewish people. But we used to communicate in Yiddish, and I learned, hakachanike is what they're doing here. It means banging a tea kettle. Tea kettle's already ringing, and you're still banging it. That's a Yiddish term. So they can lie all the fuck they want. But anyway, I got bigger and better things to move on to. And like I said, I'll call out their bullshit for pedophilia. They could act like they're allowed to do this as per Babylonian Talmud. No, that's bullshit. You want me to pull that up too as proof? Everything I talk about, I have proof for. The Babylonian Talmud documentary is on my Odyssey channel, if you want to watch it for free. And I'm telling you, they only endorse pedophilia for children up to 3 years old. Because they won't remember the experience. I'm guessing that's assuming that you're not killing the child afterwards. Which is what was going on Epstein Island. One of my subs had already said it. There's skeletons supposedly in the ocean around the island. I told you that's why they're on an island. To get rid of bodies. So anyway, I told people I was working on something with Saturn and the Antichrist. Well, I had another breakthrough revelation in one of my theories. Involving, of all things, the creation of Tartarus. And the end times. And this has to deal with the Titans and the fallen angels of all things. And I think I have figured out what not only created Tartarus, but how Tartarus is going to play a major role in Armageddon, of all things. But we don't need to worry about Armageddon right now, because like I said, the fucking Freemasons are too busy on YouTube making videos, and I know who they are. Benny. Yeah, I'm looking at you. Ben Shapiro. Oh, yeah. Not just because he's Jewish. Freemasonry is Jewish mysticism, but I'm telling you right now, people from all different secret societies went to Epstein Island. Skull and Bones, Jesuits, Freemason, Knights of Malta, the Knights of Columbus. Yeah, there's a lot of secret societies, but you get the idea. So they've all gone there. It wasn't a blackmail operation. And now we got the ex-Prime Minister Israel coming out calling people anti-Semitic. Go shove it, all right? Like I said, the Jews want to attack me. I'm whipping out Babylonian Talmud on your ass. And they don't want to go down that road because Goyim isn't supposed to know about Babylonian Talmud. But the only reason I know about it is because I'm an expert on Babylon, because I study shape-shifting reptilians, and that's who founded Babylon. And that's who brought the Kabbalah and black magic to planet Earth. So if you want to go in a secret society and practice black magic, I'm going to be all over that goat riding ass, okay? Because you are worshiping reptilians. Anyone want to debate me? I'm happy to come on your podcast about it. Ben Shapiro, bring me on. He's out there calling all kinds of people. He's Haka Chinakin right now about being anti-Semitic. This has nothing to do with anti-Semitism. Yeah, you think Ben Shapiro would let me on his show to have a nice, heated discussion about Babylonian Talmud and what's written in there? Yeah, I don't think so. Now we got Tucker Carlson, who we recently found out was a Freemason because he gave the Lion's Paw handshake to Conor McGregor when he did his recent interview in a Masonic lodge. And he's out there making videos now. So like I said, we don't have to worry about the Freemason ushering in the Antichrist. They're too busy making fucking videos about Epstein trying to muddy the waters. And when they're not doing that, they're trying to make videos about the lizard people to discredit me. But they usually give up on that subject. When it comes to reptilians, I'm the best that's ever done it. You got to have confidence in yourself when you do this. And two, a lot of people, I just stop self-censoring yourself. Who are you afraid of offending? Pedophiles and Luciferians? Screw them. They've gotten away too long with people cowering in the shadows, afraid to talk about certain subjects on YouTube because we're going to get banned. Well, I've lost enough YouTube channels to actually give a crap anymore, and um, I don't make any money on this channel. My videos are not monetized. I'm not advertiser friendly, so I guess if you don't monetize your videos, you can get away with saying more like I do. Otherwise, all your videos go up for monetization review, and we're not monetized or friendly here, okay? If I ran a YouTube channel that talked about how bad Donald Trump and MAGA was all day, yeah, then I would, because YouTube would love that content, but they don't. So there you go. Yeah, we'll talk about Tartarus. Oh, that's another theory that I think I've kind of decoded myself. So yeah, I've already known about Epstein being dead for years. We've all known about it. He's not dead. I gave you the Epstein list in the other video. Someone asked me if there's any legal ramifications for that. No, because I'm not a fucking lawyer and I'm not a prosecutor. I'm allowed to call anyone I want a shape-shifting reptilian or a pedophile. It's my free speech right. Just saying. Defamation? Yeah, what the fuck is that? Defamation. Prove to me that you weren't on Epstein Island or you're not a pedophile. Or say the word Kinninigan and prove to me you're not a shape-shifting reptilian. I already know about the whole legal aspect of all this stuff. Trust me. I did a lot of research when I started doing this on YouTube. Because that was one of the first things I had to deal with many years ago. If I call Madonna a shape-shifting reptilian, could she file a defamation lawsuit against me? No, the answer is no. But most of these celebrities aren't reptilians. They are demon-possessed, though. There isn't that many reptilians as you might think. There's only about, I'll give you a rough estimate, probably about 313 of them. You have 300 Anunnaki, 12 Ajiji gods, and Mummu Tiamat, she who bore them all. 313. There might be hybrids below them, but as far as the main Alpha Draconians, there's a small amount. And the way they control planet Earth is through their secret societies. And right now, I don't think the Antichrist has been too happy with said secret societies. Looks like they've been indulging in the 7 deadly sins more than they are trying to invoke the Antichrist. They're too caught up in money, sex, power, and spreading fucking gossip online to cover up the shit they've been caught for. Secondly, like I said, it's supposed to be a secret society. How do we even know that you've been to Epstein Island and doing this shit? It was supposed to be a secret. Well, apparently you ain't that good at keeping secrets now, are you? So we should just call them societies from now on, not secret societies. There's nothing fucking secret about them. And now I'm about to give a lecture to explain to you how Tartarus was created, how it plays into the end times, and I'd rather talk about those subjects. I'm a little tired of hearing about children getting abused and nothing being done about it. To all the people who want to lie about Epstein and continuing the cover up, burn in hell. Enjoy your afterlife in the lake of fire and burning hot excrement because you wanted to keep your mouth shut about children being abused. And how we treat our children says a lot about how we are as a civilization, and it's not very good. So go ahead, Dan and Cash, keep lying for fucking Babylon. See where that gets your soul in the afterlife. Yeah, we heard Dan was supposed to quit his job. Oh, by the way, the FBI's logo is a reptilian eagle, by the way, just in case you didn't know. It's the same eagle that was used by Rome, the Nazis. It's our national symbol. So that lets you know who they actually serve, whether they know it or not. Anyway, that's all for my rant about Epstein this morning. I just want to prove he's not dead. Yeah, they used some sheeny voodoo necromancy magic to raise them from the dead. No, they went. Yeah, like these people couldn't find a corpse somewhere. They probably found some old schmuck. There goes another Yiddish word for you right there. That kind of looked like Epstein and just said, hey, we need a body. Can we do something here? We need someone that kind of looks like him. I guess they didn't have time to make a professional casting of him like they do for Hollywood movies, you know, simple Hollywood special effects shit. And in this case, you only would have had to made a casting of his head because the body should be covered by a blanket in theory, right? And they wanted people to see this. You want to know how I know how? You see them like they're trying to bring them back to life right here, like giving them CPR. From what I understand, and the injury, they say, according to the autopsy, he would have been dead already. Specifically when the vertebrae was broken in the neck. But so they act like they're giving them CPR because they wanted people to see this body. Otherwise, when they roll out a corpse, the city morgue, they usually cover it in a sheet. So they wanted people to see this. And then when we saw it and the investigators made some comparisons, it wasn't hard to figure out that's not fucking Epstein. Anyway, it's all for my rant this morning. If you could support the channel, I would appreciate it. Any questions or comments, leave them below. God bless and take care.